My name is Harley Norton, and I'm opposing the resolution which states that sugary drinks should not be sold in primary and secondary schools. My opponent states that approximately 180,000 deaths worldwide could be linked to the consumption of sugary drinks, but a source states that this research is the first to quantify deaths correlated with sugary drinks worldwide. To me, this means that more research should be done to prove this, if this is only the first research that does so. Also, 78% of these deaths due to overconsuming sugary drinks were in low and middle income countries rather than high income countries. This is said by an author in the source. The deaths were distributed between Latin America and the Caribbean, East and Central Eurasia, Mexico, and Japan. We're dealing more with America, so I don't find this argument very valid. The American Heart Association recommends that women limit their added sugar to no more than 100 calories per day, or about 6 teaspoons of sugar. For men, it's 150 calories per day, or about 9 teaspoons of sugar. That's slightly less than the amount found in a single 12-ounce can of sugary soda. This is stated in the article, and it suggests that sugary drinks should not be banned entirely from our diets, just limited. That means that we shouldn't ban them from primary and secondary schools. My opponent's second source suggests that we regulate sugar intake like alcohol or tobacco. But this takes away from everybody's freedom of speech. Regular sugar intake like alcohol and tobacco presents a 100% chance of taking away our natural born rights and freedoms. 17% of U.S. children are obese now, but 100% of them will lose freedoms if this idea of regulating sugar intake or banning sugary drinks from primary and secondary schools is implemented. If we weigh the options, taking away freedom of choice from every single U.S. child and adult is definitely worse than allowing 17% to continue to be obese based off of their poor decision making. Even if that 17% begins to climb in the future, the effect will be much more gradual than the loss of freedom of choice. That effect will be immediate. Many people already disagree with the rules and regulations on consumption of alcohol and tobacco. If we regulate sugar consumption, what's next? My opponent's source also proposes to add taxes on sugary foods that counter consumption and controlling sales to kids under 17. This only means that people will have to have more expenses in their lives, and taxes are already high enough as is. Unemployment rate is also high, and more taxes will just put the economy in a deeper hole than it's already in. The most important thing to focus on right now is education. Instead of banning sugary drinks from schools, we should educate children on their effects on their health. We cannot prove that banning sugary drinks from schools will stop children from drinking them because they will find other ways to get a hold of them, as people always do with things they desire. Instead of banning sugary drinks from schools, legislation should implement laws which mandate alternate methods of education on nutrition and health, such as nutrition and health classes and physical education programs. These two things, education on the health risk of sugary drinks and a ban on sugary drinks in schools, cannot go together, because if sugary drinks are banned, children will not be able to teach themselves self-control even if they are educated on the health risk of consuming sugary drinks. If sugary drinks are not made available to them, they will be too protected from these risks, and when they get out of primary and secondary schools and the drinks become available to them, they will not know enough to make the right choices. This is like when a teenager in high school is strictly influenced by their parents against drinking, and their parents enforce these strict rules against it. If the teen never picks up a drink before they go away to college, they will not know their limits when they go away to school, and they won't know how to drink responsibly, therefore resulting in unresponsible behavior and a lot of dangerous risks. The same goes for sugary drinks. Health education in schools will teach them to drink responsibly, limit themselves, and won't force them to give up on sugary drinks completely. Then, when the children are off on their own, they don't have strict rules, teachers and parents guiding them, or these boundaries that we've created, they will know how to control themselves, and they'll be able to make the right choices. Thank you.